fantastic feeling to have when young minds are interested in learning homeopathy. It's really wonderful. Welcome, guys. It's a pleasure to have you here. Only one condition, that I want all of you to be very, very active. I don't want a post-lunch sleeping audience. Okay, so my eyes are there on the chat box. I want somebody saying no voice. Bharat Purohit. Is the voice not clear yet?
No, I guess if somebody is not getting the voice, they should check their own internet connection and the audio connection as well. Sometimes it doesn't come. So if it is not coming for you, you just unplug your device and again plug it so you will hear the voice.
Yeah.
Because your voice is
Okay.
perfect. It is coming.
Fantastic. So what I want you all to do today is be very active on the chat box, because what I'm seeing after doing webinars and all, people are doing their work and they're listening to this. So that is not what I want. Today I want to talk to people, because those who know me will know that how much I love to talk, right? My YouTube channel name is also Vru Talks. So I love to talk to people. Only the things in webinars is we can't keep the mic open for everyone, but the chat box is open, and I would appreciate everybody interactive in the chat box. Are you guys okay with this concept? Give me a quick yes. Couple of yes. I'm looking at the chat box. Nobody's typing yet. Yes, 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 yes. Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, we want, yes, I love the energy. Fantastic. We are an audience of so far 99 participants. Excellent. So, I want all those interactions in this. So, guys, okay, stop. I understood you are excited about this. Okay. Now, tell me, when you heard this topic for the first time, what is one word which came to your mind? When you decided to attend this webinar, what is one word which came to your mind? Quickly in the chat box, start typing so that I understand whether what you're thinking and what I'm success. Wow, something interesting, nice, success, learning new things. Very good. Kuch new seekhna. I love it, Divya. Interesting, something new. Subconscious mind, yes, to get something about subconscious mind, something new, something more to know about homeopathy, new about it, something different. Yes. Never stop learning. Very beautiful. Something new about life, dream, something innovative and new. Different ideas. Fantastic. Yeah, subconscious mind and homeopathy, changing the mentality, how to convert dreams into success reality. Creative, about improving our skills in our field. Fantastic, I love it. So we are going to collaborate all these ideas, yes, about to know more about success. So what I understood is all of us, one thing which binds us is success of homeopathy. And we have entered into a beautiful era of realization of power of homeopathy. Now everybody, in every nooks and corner of our country, everybody is talking about homeopathy. Okay, so encash on this, guys. This is the time. This is अपना बिन पैसे का publicity हो रहा है. We are getting so much footage in the community, so make use of it. Anybody asks you any question, be prepared. Be prepared for all the FAQs, even arsenic album or whatever. So make up your mind, understand, develop the concepts, and be ready with it. Okay. So what I got from the chat box is everybody is concerned about success, and that is what drives us, right? And dreams is genuinely a success key. I have been studying dreams since I think more than 10, 12 years now. So I was very new in my private practice. Okay. But ma'am, why people reject it as it doesn't work? Okay, Vishwa, we will come back to the questions. Okay. It's a very good question. Very, very good questions. But Today, you see, those people who rejected are actually asking for homeopathy. I have so many modern medicine doctors who are my friends and who have approached and who have asked for homeopathic medicine. कि कुछ preventive दे दो. We are working in the wards. We are doing this. We are doing that. Even I practice in a polyclinic, okay, which is settled in a maternity home. So even there, I keep meeting so many modern medicine people, and they are all genuinely interested in taking homeopathy. Okay, so I guess just keep calm, keep our scientific knowledge inside, imbibe all those research articles, go through them, prepare your answers nicely, and then you will see that you don't have to convince people. Okay, all right. So we'll going to the topic of today. Yamini, I can't
Yes.
share my screen, so you'll have to put
Oh,
me in
okay,
spotlight.
okay. Sorry,
Yeah?
sorry. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So, till the time Yamini allows me to share my screen, I'll tell you the story behind my study of dreams, okay? You will hear a lot of stories. I enjoy talking about stories, okay? So, my son was very small, say around 2, 3 year old, and he was playing, and I was studying. As you know, homeopaths are always studying. I was studying something, and he was playing with a gun. Okay, the water, the bubble, soap bubble wala gun, and he used to do puchuk and then walk back. He would like blow those bubbles and walk back. And I asked him, "What are you doing? Why are you walking back?" So he says, "Mama, I'm a cuttlefish." So I said, "Okay." So he says, cuttlefish, he throws his ink and then he walks back. He throws his ink and then he walks back. At that time, when my son was doing this, I was working on a case. Yeah. This was a case of a friend who was not getting better after a lot of work. Yeah. And okay, just give me 1 minute. I'm starting my PPT. All right. So in that case, what happened is that patient had a dream that he is running backwards. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Yeah. My screen is available to everybody. Give me a quick yes on the chat box. Yeah, visible. Fantastic. Okay. I got it. Okay. So my son gave me that clue because in that case, I was working. As I told you, the patient used to dream that the water is coming in on him and he is running backwards. Okay. And I went on to study the dream. Till then, I had never given any attention to that dream. Till that point of time, I had never thought about it. So the dream says, dream walking off backwards, and there is only one remedy. You see here, sepia. So far, I was treating this guy for, I'll just make it full screen. Yeah. So far, I made it full screen, Gurneet. Okay. I was treating this guy with Natrum muriaticum, okay, which is very, very close to sepia. But his one particular symptom of corns on the thumb were not going. And when I saw this peculiar dream, okay, till that time I used to keep the dream aside because we used to take it because we were trained to collect the dream data, okay. But after this, I picked it up and I gave him sepia, okay. I was new in practice, remember, so I did not know whether single remedy will give me more results or whether I have to take a broader rubric. Not that much study. But when I gave him sepia, what do you expect? What must have happened? Yeah. So what happened is his, you see, the corn went away just like that. Just like that, within one dose, when the remedy hits on the nail, it cures, right? So simply with one dose, because that remedy was resonating to his subconscious mind. Because of that, it just went away. Yeah. So like that, my journey of dreams began. I started studying dreams more and more. I started studying what it actually means in the homeopathic perspective. Okay. So what are the dreams? They bypass compensation. Oh, how many? Okay. So they bypass compensation, and dreams lie outside our ability to manipulate them. Okay. That is why it is very valuable data that nobody can come and manipulate. Nobody can come and tell you a false data. Okay. Dreams are an attempt of healing oneself. How we will see, I will share each and every case in future course. Okay. Of each and every point, they are the expression of unconscious desires. It is an offline memory processing. Yeah. And one of my favorite authors, Carl Jung, has written a beautiful definition that dreams were a hidden door to the innermost recess of our psyche. So something which the person consciously will never come and reveal to you, his dreams will tell you. So many times our case taking hurdles are broken right at the start when you start asking about dreams, because dreams are very easy for people to talk about. I will share one case wherein I could crack the whole story just by asking him dreams. Okay. Dreams are a door that opens into the cosmic night, which represented the psyche long before there was an ego consciousness. Okay, so this particular aspect is very crucial for us homeopaths, because when we think about case taking of a pediatric age group typically, so I personally give a lot of importance to dreams of mothers during pregnancy. Okay. So, the whole definition given by Carl Jung is even before the ego development. Do you understand how important we have been like trained to pick up mother's case history, right? So, even the ego development begins before it begins, that time also the dreams are there in the uh, fetal age group. Okay, so that is the importance of dreams. Okay, so what is the literal meaning? The literal word meaning is dream is joy or noise, or it is music. So in our terms, if we want to put it, it's the background music, right? The subconscious mind is running in the background somewhere. We are running a different parallel story of conscious mind, and there is a subconscious story which is going in the background. Okay. And dream means joy. So many times the people who are not talking, sometimes you will get such people who are not ready to share their personal story, who are not ready to say anything about them. Yeah. And in that case also, yeah, Diksha is asking, some cases patients does not remember the dreams. Don't worry. I have a case demonstration for you wherein how to go about in unremembered dreams. Yeah, we will go ahead. All right. So, these dreams can make people start talking so much about themselves, and they wouldn't even know that they're talking about themselves, but we would know. Apna kaam chal jayega. Yeah. Okay. So what are dreams per se? Dreams are experiences of past. These are processing of past. So many times, whatever unpleasant memories, pleasant memories, whatever is happening, all are processed during dreams. So a lot of data which we keep getting, the inputs which we keep getting, all are processed during our sleep. So they are very, very important as a healing mechanism for our living being. And they are preparation for future also. So how they are helpful in future preparation is because dreams will kind of process the data which we have accumulated so far, and it will segregate into useful memory, unuseful memory, subconscious memory, repressed memory, and so on and so forth. It's a vast topic. I'll not go ahead with that today. Today I want to share a lot of cases with you. Okay. So this is a general common knowledge that cases, this is this is frontotemporal EEG activity noted during sleep, and they're reflective self-awareness. So I will not go into the science of dreams today. I'll go to the cases. So what are the different theories? Just so that you know, psychoanalytic theory of dreams is there. Activation synthesis model of dreaming is there. Information processing theories is there. Jungian theory of dreams is there. So many different models. Someday we can go into details of it. But today, how homeopaths can make use of it. Okay. So there are two ways. You can either take the literal meaning or you can take interpretative application. Okay. So literal meaning mein what will happen is you can simply pick up the symptoms or the dreams and put it into your repertory and find out what remedies are there. Interpretative application is wherein you will correlate whatever is the story in the dreams. You will take that abstract, you will see whether the sensitivity is there, whether you can take it to the sensation level. Yeah. And there are so many, you can apply it in the family, plant families, or mineral theme or animal theme or whatever. So these are interpretative application. Okay. Now dreams are PQRS. मुझे जो सपने आते हैं आपको नहीं आते, right? So dreams are peculiar things. They are PQRS symptoms, so they form a top section of your totality. Yeah, and dreams point to a true state, isn't it? It is not camouflage. The people are not able to manipulate it. It's the true state of that person. They are uncompensated. Yeah. So many times people will come and say, I'm very sorted, or because of their corporate training or whatever, they will come and talk about polished things, and you are not able to know what is happening underneath. So everything is under the carpet. But because of the compensation, because of the defense mechanisms which these people have applied in their life, yeah. But dreams are not, they cannot manipulate that data. So they are uncompensated, the real state of the person. Yeah. So far, so good. Give me a yes, quick yes, guys. Do you guys agree? Is it fast? It is slow? Okay, good question. All right, fine. So, a guide to perfect remedy selection. Like how you see, uh, okay, Neha Khartik is asking, what if they manipulate itself? The dreams cannot be manipulated. No, it is very, very difficult that somebody will come and with manipulated dreams. Very, very difficult. Okay, but we can think about the possibility that will become that itself. When you get a feeling that the person is manipulating even the dreams, then that becomes the peculiarity, and that will also give you a prescribing symptoms, Neha. So do keep in mind. Okay. So dreams provide clues to wakeful mind. So like couple of days back, I took a case of a kidney failure patient, and that lady never in the case taking told me that she has any fears or whatever. But in the dream, she told me, चुड़ैल आके हाथ पकड़ के लेकर जाती है. So then when I had asked her that whether this disease has given her any scare or is she anxious about it, she said no, it is okay. I am okay with this disease. But when I asked her the dream, she says चुड़ैल आके हाथ पकड़ के लेकर जाती है और फिर मैं नींद खुल जाती है, फिर सो नहीं पाती हूँ, देखती हूँ कहीं चुड़ैल नहीं है. So you see how in her wakeful mind she's actually having a lot of fear, but she's not saying it, she's covering it up. Yeah. So yeah, somebody is giving a suggestion, good suggestion, staff is agree. Yeah. Okay. Dreams contain repressed fantasies and compensations. Not to explain these, right? This is the truth. All our fantasies, desires, compensations, which are repressed because of civilization, because of certain kind of grooming in our life. Yeah. Because of that, whatever is repressed, they get manifested in dreams. And dreams represent emotional impressions and mental strains. Not to explain. Yeah. So far so good. Should we go to the cases, guys? Give me a quick yes if you guys are okay, or you want me to
Yes.
talk more about it. Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Just choose the chat box. We do not want background noises. Okay, guys? All right. Okay. So I'm starting a case. It was a 9-year-old male child of, 9-year-old male child, alopecia areata. The extensive alopecia, scalp, forearms, back, thighs, and to add to the alopecia areata, the extent of it, he was treated by many reputed homeopaths. So that was a heavy thing, right, to start taking the case. And okay, so somebody has asked me this question. So Yamini, can I ask you to make a note of the questions and we can take all of them at the end?
Yeah, sure. I will do that.
Yeah. So somebody has asked me a question right now. So just make a note so that I don't forget to take it at the end.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. And I would request the audience also to refrain from asking me questions in between. Just make a note of it. I do want to answer all the questions, but not in between. We will take at the end. Okay. All right. So this male child had a scalp and forearm, back, thighs, extensive alopecia areata. Okay. And I spoke about him. So this is one of the biggest patch which was there. Okay. This 9-year-old guy spoke something very peculiar. Okay. Yeah. So before I could go to his dreams and all, I had defined the case. Typical natramure was there. For 3 months, we treated him. His cold, cough, or whatever small issues were there, they got sorted with natramure. But his alopecia did not budge. And to add to it, I thought, और homeopath नहीं कर पाए तो मैं क्या कर पाऊंगी? ठीक है, नहीं होगा, चलेगा. We will see. That was always there, right? But after 3 months, I said, no, something I'm not doing right. Let me just take a review. So I asked, by then, the child, I had developed a good rapport with that child. So I asked him, tell me your dreams. Individually, his case was taken then without parents. Then he told me, I see a lot of gunshot firing, and somebody's dying close to me. I hear the gunshot and I see somebody dying. Okay. So very interestingly, when I went to the repertory, hiding his wounds, there is only one remedy. Okay. Dreams, death of, dreams, gunshot, rifles, and hearing shots. So many. So when you do not have clarity about which exactly rubric you have to take, you take whatever, every rubric which has those words. Okay, so you see guns wala whatever, guns and shots, rifles, death, I have taken all of them together. Okay, so this is my method of working, wherein if I don't get any precise rubric, like just like how it is there in the dream of the patient, then I will take all the words which are getting covered in various scattered rubrics. I will put in one clipboard and then see what comes up. Yeah. So there was single remedy which was covering through and through all his dreams covered by Hura. Yeah. So very different. In a child's case, it was very difficult. Okay, the meeting is about to end and we will have to rejoin. Okay, guys, we'll rejoin. Remaining is 8 minutes now. All right. So Hura was the remedy which came, and because by now I had a good experience with dreams, so I could quickly give him Hura and see what happened. Within couple of months, his entire alopecia went away, and it's more than 2 or 3 years now that the child is not having any alopecia. He keeps coming to me because his family is there as a regular patient, but he is completely healed. Yeah. All right. So Yamini, do you want me to start with the second case, or you want me to start it in the next day?
No, no, you start. We'll rejoin once it ends because we still have 8 minutes.
Ma'am, you can upgrade it.
Okay. All right. So, this is one of very old case. Yeah. So this was a female. Okay. She's a 38-year-old female, known case of seronegative rheumatoid arthritis and hypertension, and I was treating her for a very good, like almost more than a year, and she presented with a sudden complaint of loss of sleep since 5 days. So absolutely, that lady has not slept for 5 days. So can you imagine the state in which she had come to me? Okay, so when I asked her as to what happened, why have you not slept? So she said, one of her close friend had died 6 months ago in a road accident. So she was her next door neighbor. These two ladies are maids, and they used to go to work together. They would come back together, and their both husbands were like drunkards. Their kids were not listening to them. So these two had bonded very well, and they used to stay all the time together. सब्जी लेने साथ में जा रहे हैं, अपना काम करने साथ में जा रहे हैं, everywhere, they're together. They were like more than a family. Yeah. And suddenly one day, this friend of my patient, she died in a road accident. Yeah. And patient grieved her normally. After a month or so, she accepted that now the friend is no more, and she continued with her life. Okay. But 7 days ago, the patient dreamt of her friend, came in her dreams and said, what are you doing? क्या कर रही है यहाँ अकेले बैठ के? मेरे साथ चल. Okay. I have come to take you. Yamini, can you mute everybody's microphone? Somebody's mic is on, and okay. So this lady said, what are you doing alone here? Come with me. I have come to take you. Now imagine a dead friend who is a very close friend. She's telling you, I've come to take you. So this patient got very terrified. She started to reason, Ki, Arey, nahi, Baba, I am alive. I am not dead yet. How can I come with you? You are dead. I am not. My work here is still not done. I want to stay here. So the patient said, no, the friend said, no, I have come to take you. You have to come with me. Now this scared the patient like anything. Okay. She tried to reason, but the friend would not budge. And the patient woke up. Okay. She woke up, she realized, okay, it was a dream. She slept back again. Again, she got the same dream. So like that, 3 times that night, she got that dream. And it was very, very disturbing for her. She had so much fear that maybe that patient friend will come and take me. So I don't want to sleep. In my sleep only she's coming, so I don't want to sleep. Okay. Like this continued for 2 days. Patient could not convince her friend in the dream, and she got terrified. She refused to sleep. So for 5 days, this patient has not slept. Okay. When she came to me, she had loss of sleep for 5 days, sleep disturbed since 7 days. And on that particular day, I gave her, her regular constitutional, which was working, because back then I was not thinking about dreams so much. I thought maybe it's a disturbance. I'll give her the remedy, which is actually giving her results. So why not give her the same remedy? I repeated the dose, sent her away. Okay. And asked her to come back after 3 days. She came. She could sleep for an hour, like 1 hour in the afternoon. Okay. But again, the same dream came and she could not sleep again. Like that, it continued for 3 days. She came back for follow up and she begged for sleep. Now it is more than 10 days that this lady has not slept. Okay. So, again, in a hurry, loss of sleep, Califos gives results. I gave her Califos for 5 days. It helped her to sleep for a good 3 hours, but that was not enough. The dream still persisted. Dream kept on coming back and back. She would wake up in the fear state, and because of that dream, the fear went on reaching a certain height. Okay. Now this lady came and she said, okay, this is repeated. Fine. So on the 8th day, the OPD was little light, and I asked her, tell me a little more about your dream. So I went on exploring the dream a little. Then I put it in Robin Murphy, the repertory I had newly purchased. So there was an exact dream of dead people, friends, talking with deceased friends. Yeah. So you see, dreams, dead people, and talking with deceased friend. There's only one remedy, that was Lepidium bonarsis. Yeah, it took me some time to source that remedy because back then it was such a rare thing. But only one dose, I got only 30 potency. I did not have a chance to use my mind to, apply it to the potency selection. I got only 30 potency, and with single dose, that patient had a sound and refreshing sleep for entire night, and the dream has not returned. Even more than that, what happened is, okay, so more than that, what happened is her seronegative rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, mind you, seronegative rheumatoid arthritis. So that also got a tremendous relief because it was in the psoric miasm, and I'm forgetting the family of Lepidium, but this Lepidium falls into the psora miasm. Okay, so somebody search it out, the family of, even Materia Medica references I found. Clark writes. So Clark is one of my favorite books. It's the oldest book possible and beautiful. Okay, somebody wants the rubric. Yeah. All right. All right. So somebody was asking me for the rubric, right? So I'll highlight the rubric again. Dreams, dead people of, okay, talking with deceased friends. So there are friends card, dead friends dream. There are 5-6 remedies, but talking particularly, there is only one remedy, and that was Lepidium, which I chose. Okay. Somebody wanted a rubric. I've done with the rubric also. No Lepidium in the rubric. It is there. If you go to Murphy's repertory, okay, Murphy's repertory, you see dreams, dead people of dreams, talking with deceased friends, and that is Lepidium. Okay, Deepa? All right. Okay, let's go to the next case quickly. Yeah. So, case of a doctor. Okay. Lady, 42-year-old lady, she had acid peptic disorder. Okay. And she was treated by one of my teacher, a very, very famous one. I won't name him, but a very famous teacher. So, Divya, are you asking about the earlier Lepidium case? So, I told you the Materia Medica references also. Uh, there is Clark, I find to be the most authentic book for Materia Medica references because it has extensive data right from your family, right from the classification of the drug till each and every small symptoms. Clark covers it. Yeah. So there is reference in Clark which says dreams. She's talking with dead person, sad dreams with fear on waking. So very close to our patient, right? Okay. So I'm going to the next case. So this lady, in short, if I have to tell you, it was a very, very long case, more than 1.5 hours. Yeah, Deepa, that's the whole point of today. So Deepa is asking whether if we do not have Lepidium, we miss it, right? Then what to do? Then you source Lepidium. So it did not come to me um, in the first go. When I ordered it, a good friend of mine searched it for a very long time. So 3 long days we had to wait for Lepidium to come. And once it came, it gave me result. So that's the whole crux of it. And why single remedy rubric? I love single remedy rubric. They are the one which are most sure shot rubrics. If you find there's a single remedy rubric, in fact, I have a separate talk of single remedy rubrics. They are excellent one. They are the ones which are tried and tested. You have to see the source also, but they give you fantastic results. Okay. So going ahead with this third case of 42-year-old female, a ghost writer. Ghost writer meaning she writes medical research wala for the research papers, the documents which come with our allopathic medicines. Okay, so she writes those things. So this lady has to communicate. She does her work from home, and she has to communicate a lot with the pharma companies. Okay, so her typical acid peptic disorder symptom was she used to have loss of voice in the evening. By end of the day, her voice would go. She would feel extreme weakness. She would not even utter a single word. Hmm? So this was typical symptom of GERD, wherein the anxiety levels were very high for this lady because she was working in a high pressure job. Even though she was working from home, she had to meet targets. She had deadlines, and lot of tensions, anxieties, work related were there. And this lady was a caregiver. Okay, she had single-handedly taken care of her both set of parents, like her in-laws, the father-in-law, mother-in-law, and her own parents. All the four had terminal illnesses. They had passed away because of terminal illnesses, and this lady had taken excellent care of all of them while doing her work. Okay, so this lady came to us with slides are visible, right? I just changed it just now. So she came with dreams of death, frightful dreams, nightmares. She gave dreams of ghosts and specters, dreams of fights, so random roadside fights or some chawl type of fights. So suddenly she would just dream of that. She also dreamt of animals and she dreamt of snakes. Okay, so the whole story was there of a caregiver. Yeah, and when she presented so many dreams, there was and the whole her background story and the theme was of a reptile. Okay, so the first reptile which it was covering was Crotalus cascavella. Yeah, you see the second remedy here in the repertory, Crotalus cascavella. Based on the symptoms, so we are not going with the video ahead. Yeah, so we're not going with the video today, but let me just tell you that this lady did so well after giving her Crotalus cascavella. Initially, she was treated with lachesis with very little result. The whole story resonated, but when we took her dreams, and most of the dreams matched with Crotalus cascavella, that is what gave her maximum result. Her voice came back within 2 weeks. The loss of strength in her voice, she could speak very easily, and she could take care of her husband, which she had stopped. So she is a caring person. So what also gave power to my prescription was the knowledge of Crotalus cascavella, because Crotalus cascavella is the only snake. Okay, it is the only snake which takes care of its egg till the time they hatch. Yeah, none of the other snakes will take care of the eggs. In fact, cobras are known to leave the eggs and just move away from there, because the cobra female is scared that if she turns back, she might be tempted to eat those eggs, her own eggs. Yeah, so that is the power of Crotalus cascavella. And this lady of ours, she had taken such good care of people, and she suffered because of taking care of terminal people. So she has today created a group of community, so support group, wherein for those people who are taking care of their terminally ill parents or in-laws or like that. Yeah, so far so good. You guys have any difficulty in Crotalus prescription? Give me a quick response so that I know nobody has slept so far. Say yes if you agree with Crotalus. Yeah, okay. Couple of Crotalus cascavella 1M was given to her at that time, because her sensitivity and everything was very, very high. So 1M resonated very well with her. All right. So going to the next case. Yeah. So this was another interesting case of a 45-year-old female of palmoplantar psoriasis. Okay, so this was a very, very mild and a meek person. She did not have any major opinions, but I did understand from her story that she is a very, very mild person. So mind you, when I'm sharing these cases in very short time, because I want to emphasize the dream portion of it. However, these are all cases defined in a complete totality. So I'm not promoting that you can only pick up dreams and prescribe. No, that is not what I want to promote. I want to promote that dreams become a very solid background for your prescription. So it will kind of validate whatever you are thinking on a thematic level. So something concrete is what your dreams are going to give you. Okay. So this case of palmoplantar psoriasis. So this lady's husband was a police officer. Okay, and he would not give her enough money for her day-to-day expenses. And this lady used to always keep suffering about whatever. Somebody has asked me how to differentiate Crotalus cascavella from horridus. We can do that sometime later. Let me just finish with this. Yeah. So this lady has always been very, very worried about not getting enough money. Yeah, but she did not have the power or the strength to ask for her husband. She would always keep grumbling, but she would never ask him per se कि ना पैसा मुझे कम पड़ता है या I need more money. She would never ask him like that. She would keep grumbling कि ना ये नहीं होता, वो नहीं होता, वो नहीं होता, like that. Okay, so then I asked her, Ki, what dreams do you get? Yeah. So she said, I dream, I get a lot of money. So then I asked her, what would you do when you get lot of money? So when I saw money, there were all random things which were coming. Okay. Nothing concrete came from money, dreams of money. But I asked her, what will you do with that money? So you see, now here our interpretative knowledge comes into picture. I'm not taking literal dream. I'm not asking her if dreams of money, if that is not covering the theme of this patient, then what am I going to do? I'm going to ask her further data. I'm going to extend as to the purpose. What are you going to do? And instantly, when I asked her, what are you going to do with that money? Her eyes glittered and she said, I'll buy gold jewelry, na? सोनं खरेदी करायचंय. Which is so peculiar. That lady who is struggling with day to day activities, she did not think of anything, but she thought of gold and with a lot of sparkle in her eyes. Yeah. So then I searched dreams, money, and of gold. Okay. So there were three remedies. Yeah. Out of which the remedy which was matching her thematic background, which was of a mollusk, was Cypria eglantina. And this is the kind of result. Yeah. This is the kind of result that the lady who had cracks on her hands, within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, her hands completely smoothed out and her palmoplantar psoriasis reduced to negligible. Yeah. And she required very few dosages of it, and she could not like she started to get subtle with her want of money. Yeah, there's a huge story behind how Cypria eglantina has the affiliation for money, but that's not the point of result today. The point of discussion today, I want to emphasize that how dreams can lead you to the exact. So my mollusk understanding had come from the system knowledge or the thematic understanding, but I could zero down on the mollusk, the exact mollusk which this lady required. So potency and repetition, well, Puneet, that's a very big topic. We can do that later. But in this particular case, I had to repeat almost weekly to start with. Yeah, because she had really bad hands, really bad. And then this lady used to do all the kapda bartan at home, So her hands used to get cracked very often. So very often she needed stimulation in the beginning. However, post 6 or 8 weeks, she did not require more repetition. So once a month or like that. So that time, in this particular case, Roshan Singh, potency you're asking, uh, to source Cypria itself was a struggle. So I received 200 and I gave her 200. That's about it. So there is no rocket science behind potency selection in rare remedies, whatever you get. Okay? All right. Okay. So shall we go to the next case or give me a quick yes, guys? Give me a quick yes. I want to know which repertory to rely on, repertorization of dreams. Riddhi, I will come to that. I will. It's a very good question. I will come to that. Okay. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So just two more cases and then should we go do questions? I think that should be. Okay. So very concentrated pain. This is a case which I'm coming to, is something which all of you must be waiting for. A lot of you have already asked me question that what to do when people say we have unremembered cases, unremembered dreams. Yeah. Okay. So this is that typical case which will solve your dilemma of unremembered dreams. Okay. So Sumaya, that's Yamini, make a note of Sumaya's question. We will answer that. Okay. So this patient had very severe concentrated pain from right hip to right knee in a straight line. Okay. It was aggravated from rest, aggravated sitting for long, aggravated at night. And the way he explained was बहुत कष्ट होता है, कष्ट होता है, बहुत कष्ट होता है. Can't sleep. The intensity of pain is very, very high. Okay. And this was a known family member. Okay. My very, very closely related in-law kind of a person. So I couldn't ask him too many questions with regards to his mind, because whatever I would ask him, he would say, "Tumko to pata hai beta. Tumko to pata hai beta." That kind of a question, that kind of answer he was giving. So then I asked him, कि आपका स्वभाव कैसा है? Very common question, my favorite question which I asked people is, स्वभाव कैसा है? So he told me, किसी का सर तो नहीं तोड़ सकते ना, वायलेंस कभी नहीं है मेरे नेचर में. Yeah. All of you understand Hindi, or you want me to translate? Do let me know. Okay. So then he said, I think I'm a calm, satisfied person. I'm very helpful by nature. And acha, translate. Okay. So, when I asked him about Hindi में translate करना है, English में, what do you want? Right? English or Hindi? Okay. So what? English. All right. I'll translate everything in English. Okay. So when I asked him about his nature, he said, I can't go and break anybody's head, right? I don't have violence in my nature. I'm a very calm and satisfied person. I'm very helpful by nature, and by helping people, it gives me satisfaction. And complaining, absolutely not. I am not at all complaining by nature. I don't complain about anything. That's what he told me about his nature. Okay. Now, when I asked him about dreams, so very typical. When people do not want to tell their own dreams, they will say, "Yaad nahi, I don't remember. Oh, nothing. I don't remember." And now I was stuck. So the kind of description which he's giving for his nature is contrary to what is reality, which I know. He's telling me dreams I don't remember. And his wife is also telling me, I don't remember dreams. So then I still coaxed, because by now those patients who come to my clinic, they are trained by other patients saying that ये तो बिना dreams के छोड़ेगी नहीं, so prepare some dream, make it up and then go, otherwise she's not going to leave you without dreams. So that's the kind of reputation I've got so far. So this patient started telling me कि नहीं मुझे कोई सपने नहीं आते, I don't get any dreams. And then I tell him, no, you have to give me any 3 dreams from your life. Give me from childhood, give me anything. I tried all my resources, and then he said, no, I don't get any dreams. Now what to do? So then he had a slip, and he said, कभी कोई बुरे सपने नहीं आते. That means I never get any bad dreams. So then I asked him, what are bad dreams? So he said, no, I don't get only. So what are you asking me? So I said, no, forget about you. Tell me, what are bad dreams? In general, what could be bad? To which he answered, किसी को मार डाला, काट डाला, खून कर दिया. Meaning, I killed somebody, I have cut somebody, I have, kind of slaughtered somebody, I broke somebody's head. I don't get these kind of dreams. Now you see, this is very, very peculiar, extremely peculiar of this person. He did not tell me, I don't dream of dogs, I don't dream of snakes, I don't dream of mountains. He is not telling me that. What he's telling me is, I don't get violent dreams. And the best part is he's also telling me violence hai hi nahi nature mein. I don't have violence in my nature. You get the contradictory. Do you see the kind of contradiction? His compensated mind, his over polished kind of a mind is trying to repress, is trying to contain, is trying to hold it inside and not share it. Yeah, but we still can use this data because he is giving a very peculiar state. Yeah, very, very peculiar, which only he can give and no one else. So that becomes, even if it is not his dream, that still becomes a very, very prominent feature. You guys agree with it? Do you get it? Say AG if you agree quickly so that I know we are on the same page. Guys, chat box. There are 100 people in the room and you guys are not active. Talk to me. Come on. Hey, yes. Yeah. The chat box should be, yeah. Which medicine is for this problem? Meenakshi, we are going to put it in the repertory and then you will see. Agreed, agreed. Wonderful, wonderful. So be alive, guys. Keep talking. Okay. So, from the thematic understanding, what we saw is this particular approach of sensitivity towards violence, yeah, sensitivity for pain. No, he's not lying. Somebody saying he's lying. No, he's not lying. He's trying to cover up. He's trying to put together. He's not wanting to bear himself to the outside. Nobody wants to lie to us. No. They are groomed in such a way that they want to keep their inside to themselves. They are not groomed to bear themselves. Yeah? They are not groomed to kind of come and share their deeper feelings. In general, the society does not want to, the society does not want to open, does not want to share what is there. Yeah, the slide is not clear. Image conscious, maybe. Yes, Riddhi, that's the right way. He might be saying it in a denial. Yes, denial is a defense mechanism. For their existence, they have incorporated certain mechanisms. Introverted, maybe. But in general, our society is grooming us right from childhood not to share. Children are the ones who share whatever comes to their mind. But as they grow up, they are asked to shut up. They are asked to keep things inside. They are asked to not to show what they are truly feeling within. Yeah. So that is the compensation. So in this particular case, okay, so this guy in the simple pain which he had in his thigh, for that also he mentioned it is crushed, great suffering. Yeah, and then his dreams are having all those things, violence kabhi nahi nature mein, but his dreams are having those dreams which he does not have. Yeah, so it is somewhere in imagination that dream, that pain, it is there in his imagination somewhere. Yeah. So Papa Veresi family we went to, and we also put in all the rubrics. Okay, so dreams, he did have one or two dreams. He was an ONGC officer, so he dreamt of work. Okay, and he dreamt of going on the oar. Yeah, so sailing dream, dreams of autopsies, seeing dissecting dead bodies. Now, mar dala, kaat dala, those kind of things. And dreams of dead bodies dissecting, again, we took it. So, autopsy is different, dead body is different. No, I was not getting mar dala, kaat dala. Okay. So, I've cut somebody, I've chopped somebody. So, I took whatever was coming closer to it. Yeah. Then I took dreams of sailing, unpleasant dreams. Yeah. He said, बुरे सपने नहीं आते. Yeah, bad dreams नहीं आते. So bad unpleasant dreams and dreams of water, because he told us about his ONGC dreams. So that one dream he had told. Yeah. And there was one remedy which was running through and through, you see, sanguinaria canadin. Now sanguinaria is a right-sided disease, right-sided remedy. It is from papaverisi family in the cancer miasm, and very beautifully it covered all. So all the remedies which were given to him before this. So today I'm sharing most of the cases wherein the second prescription went correct. Okay, so I just want to reinforce this fact that no matter how senior or how junior you are, there is always a chance of improvement, and you should keep struggling, keep fighting till the time you hit the right remedy. And there is nothing right or wrong. You just have to keep working every single time. Okay, so after giving so many different remedies, I gave him sanguinaria, and that completely reduced his kind of pain, his suffering, and even his temperament became much better. His wife told me nowadays he doesn't grumble too much about food or about small petty things. Yeah. He said no violence, and you took all violence dreams for rubrics. Let me know why. Yes. So something which he's denying outrightly, yeah, he doesn't have, he said, okay. But when I tell him what kind of dream he doesn't get, he could have chosen anything and everything. So the simple funda is whatever he says is coming from his state. It is coming from his subconscious mind. It is not coming from anywhere else. Nobody is. I did not ask him to speak about violence, right? How many people tell you that violence kabhi nahi mere swabhav mein? People will come and say, I don't get angry, I don't get so sad, I don't, very simple things, right? Projection method, maybe. But bottom line is this, that anything the patient utters comes from his background. Okay? So I think, Yamini, there are, again, the time remaining is 8 minutes. Yeah. So rather than going to different cases, I think I would want to answer questions now. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay. As you said.
Yeah. Yeah, because there are more cases with me, but I think there's no point in talking about the cases if the question people go back home with questions.
Yes. So I'll tell you, I have noted down the questions.
Yes.
So first question was, many people have asked how to select the dose and potency.
So it's a long topic, we all know,
Yeah.
right? So if it's a rare remedy, I told you my secret. Whatever you get, you give it. Whatever you get, you forget about the potency selection. If it is not a rare remedy, but that's not a rational way of practice, I would say. That is the existential solution. Whatever you get, you do it. Yeah. Uh, Potency selection depends on the state of the patient, on at what level the patient is resonating. So a very easy method which I find is Shankaran sir's levels. Yeah. So if you have the disease level presentation, then you give 30 or 6. If you have little PQRS symptoms, then you give 200. If you get to level 3 or 4, wherein you get dreams and all, then you will reach to, you reach to a next level, or level 4, which has a lot of mental symptoms and dreams. Level 5 will be sensations, and level 6 will be your overall perspective. Yeah. So there are different methods. The ICR methodology is also very good, wherein you understand the susceptibility and sensitivity of the person, but again it becomes little complex. So my simple thing is, when patient talks to you very openly, very freely, and shares all the mentals very readily, I can think of 200. To top it up, if the patient voluntarily tells you his dreams, voluntarily comes up with conflicts, then I would give 1M. Okay. voluntarily. In my cases, you will find every case with many dreams, okay, because eventually I train my patients to maintain a dream diary also, okay. It is very healing. It's a healing process to maintain dreams, something which you recollect and then you kind of reflect on it. Yeah. So that's about it. So in my cases, you will find all the cases having dreams, but then I will not be giving them one right away. They have to voluntarily think of dream and tell me. Then I will go to 1M. Otherwise, these are mental symptom cases. I will give 200. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Which repertory you use mostly for your repertorization? That's the constant question.
Constant question. So,
Yeah.
I use all the repertories till the time I get the dream. Okay? So, you keep struggling, fighting. However, most commonly, the repertory which I find is very useful for looking dreams up is Robin Murphy. I really love that. It has very minute kind of things given in the dream section. Complete repertory is also good enough, but Robin Murphy really helps.
Okay,
It's
great.
beautiful. Yeah,
And someone has asked that what is the role of dreams in case taking?
yeah. That's what I was trying to put forward for this last 1.5 hours. That uh, dreams are PQRS symptoms. Dreams are, you know, giving you an essence of the person. So, in case taking, dreams play a most pivotal role for me. I personally feel that the more you emphasize on the dreams, you will spend less time, because nowadays people come with lot of compensation. Yeah, they have done, say, art of living ka course, they have done Brahma Kumaris ka course, they have done this course, that course, and with all that, the whatever healing happens, they might have resolved their conflicts. Okay, they must have taken some training and they've resolved their conflict, and that conflict they do not want to share with you anymore. So where are you going to get the prescribing totality? So for me, it becomes very crucial that it has become very crucial for me to identify their dreams and to kind of find the remedy there. It becomes easy. Yeah. So dreams play a major role.
Okay,
Oh,
and
yeah.
also some people are saying that people manipulate or lie or don't tell the dreams. Then what to do?
So, as I told you earlier, also, you simply consider as their trait. If you are able to understand that people are lying, then you understand that this is the trait of this person. This patient is, kind of lying kind of a nature. So, that's about it. You take it as your kind of prescribing totality, and then you give it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm,
Does that answer the question? Whomsoever has asked, you can reply in the chat box. I'll.
yeah. So shall I read one more?
Yeah.
So
PQ.
Neha has asked that can we consider dreams in every case we deal, as patient don't get dreams importance in our case taking, like they don't get dreams. That's the same question, I guess.
Yeah. We may have to go and ask. So I typically say that you are not getting up from this seat unless and until you tell me 3 dreams. Tell me from your childhood. Tell me from anybody. Sometimes I've even asked अपने friend का dream बता दो. I'm okay
Yeah,
with that, because
I loved it. That's so good.
everything comes from the state. So, and then patients actually come and tell me. It
Hmm.
is not, they're not telling any friends ka story, they're telling their own inner state.
Yeah.
So, everything is okay. I'm okay with it.
And the last one we'll take, where it is written that the constitutional remedy represents the person as a whole. But for dreams, do we prescribe another remedy? So of course, that's not.
Oh, no. We don't do that. In fact, dreams form a very solid background for giving constitutional remedy. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. It was a wonderful audience. And I'm so glad in a homeopathic seminar we could have so much interaction. So it was really nice. Thank you, Yamini.
Thanks a
Lovely.
lot, Dr. Vrushali. I really hope that we could do this type of session again very soon. People have really enjoyed, and I really enjoyed it personally. I have learned a lot from you,